Hello everyone and welcome to Gamer Nation. First of all, I want to apologize because this video was about a month late. I started it and I just got so busy I could hardly find time to work on it. These last few videos on the channel were just kind of like fillers so I could stay active. So I apologize, and with that said, let's get on with the information. We all know there are many good games coming out, and Game Informer released their top 50 from E3. I will be going over the top 10, so let's get started with this video. Number 10 on Game Informer's E3 Hot 50 is PlanetSide 2. This massively multiplayer online shooter is set to release on PC later this year. And don't expect to play it on this generation of console. PlanetSide 2 is comparable to MAG, which some of you may remember had matches with up to 256 players fighting on different battlefields for a common cause. Likewise, this massive shooter pits hundreds of players against each other in a single conflict as other battles are occurring on the same server. Let's hope that next-gen consoles can handle this type of activity. PlanetSide 2 puts a huge emphasis on creativity in the battle and in customization, and looks to make your performance matter in a larger context, a dream that Game Informer says the shooter genre has been chasing for years. Coming in at number 9 is Tomb Raider by Crystal Dynamics. Game Informer does not give too much information about the game itself, besides describing the demo in detail. I will leave links in the description of demos that I have seen. What I can say about this game is that it will be based much more on survival rather than busting heads the whole way through, and you'll be playing as young Lara Croft. From the demos you kind of get a feel of the Uncharted style of gameplay, and you can argue who copied who on that. Tomb Raider is set to release on March 5th for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Number 8 on the list is Watch Dogs by Ubisoft Montreal. Game Informer stated this as being one of the few surprises at E3. Watch Dogs is an open-world game set in modern Chicago that is controlled by a computer system called CTOS that runs all the city's networks. Yay, computers controlling our lives almost sounds like a video game version of George Orwell's 1984. Now the question is, who controls the computer? Hence the name Watch Dogs. The character you play is a hacker capable of manipulating CTOS, adding some spice to the open world style. The game is heavily reliant on information while still involving intense combat and gameplay that we all love. This may be one game that I have to keep in my sights. The release is to be announced but will release for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Stepping in as number 7 is Dead Space 3 from Visceral Games. Dead Space 3 takes place on the planet Tau Voltanus, where 200 years ago a small government outpost was torn apart by a necromorph outbreak, but the island that is the planet sent the aliens into hibernation. Now, Isaac Clarke and Ellie Langford come to the wasteland seeking answers and the key allegedly capable of stopping the necromorph plague forever. Dead Space 3 maintains the traditional corridor-based horror, and early in the demo Isaac meets a new enemy called a feeder. Feeders are sensitive to lights, so they rely on other senses and react to loud noise and hordes, much like the zombies in Left 4 Dead. Isaac has an upgraded telekinesis power, and co-op has also been added to the formula. Dead Space 3 will release in February for PS3 and Xbox 360. Making his way to the 6th spot is Master Chief with Halo 4. With the new developer, many fans are probably skeptical, but Game Informer assures us that 343 Industries are still deeply rooted in the franchise style and gameplay, while adding new elements to reinvent the series. Halo 4 brings many new things to table, such as a new enemy called the Prometheans, who are a variety of Forerunner that have been presumably stranded on the artificial world of Requiem for millennia. Also new to the game is the cooperative Spartan Ops mode. This mode takes place after the core campaign and will be largely independent from it as well. Competitive multiplayer is also receiving a new coat of paint. All competitive play is part of a series of war games that are linked together. The gameplay will feel just right to longtime fans while still being improved in terms of mechanics and playability. A new system of points is added that you can earn and spend to build your own personal Spartan, much like COD points from Black Ops. Game Informer states this fresh blood may just be what the franchise needs. Halo 4 releases November 6 for Xbox 360. Kicking off the top 5 in the countdown is Borderlands 2 from Gearbox. The game features 4 characters: Salvador, Maya, Axton, and Zero. Borderlands 2 will boast a steep progression system and loads of customization that will allow you to be unique in a variety of ways. You will have skill points to spend so that you can make your character specialize in areas such as stealth or make them good at everything. The choice is yours. Characters have abilities such as being able to create a hologram of yourself, to create a distraction, or become invisible. You can build your character any way you want, making more replay value for the game. The game will have more narrative and purpose this time around, as well as more enemy variety. Borderlands 2 looks to be a great game and may carve out its own place among all the AAA games coming out. It releases on September 18th for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Sliding in at number 4 is XCOM Any Unknown by Free Access Game. This one really surprised me. I saw a little bit about it when it was a cover for a Game Informer, but I did not know much about it. The game is a strategy type where you get to control all types of things, like where your team goes and where they shoot. Now this type of thing always scares me in a game. I wonder how seamless and flowing this control will be in games like this. Game Informer puts my fears to rest, however, stating, the interface remains uncluttered at all times with tasteful flyouts denoting friendly and enemy unit status, with simple icons and a minimal action wheel only appearing when you open the tactical menu to give an order. It is also stated that the demo consisted of perhaps 100 discrete inputs from the player, yet you never feel like you're navigating menus. I'm excited to see how this works, and the game also presents an interesting story. XCOM Any Unknown releases October 9th for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. Honoring its way to the 3 spot is Dishonored by Arcane Studios. To me, this game is really unique. I just recently got into it and it continues to intrigue me. I am really considering picking it up to do walkthroughs even with my limited amount of money. The cool thing about this game is, though, that the many ways you can complete your task at hand. You can sneak your way through or blast your way through. This isn't new, but what is the powers your assassin has, such as the blink power, which allows you to teleport short distances. You can also possess people, and you can even possess fish to aid you in your search or objective. There are many disturbing powers, like being able to call upon a swarm of rats. The story also provides much appeal. Your character is a bodyguard who was protecting a queen or prince or something, and she is killed, and you are framed for it. Now this sounds like a perfect revenge fantasy with your not-so-typical assassin. Dishonored releases October 9th for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Making it to the runner-up spot is The Last of Us by Naughty Dog. This does not seem to be your typical apocalypse game either. Most of these seem to have zombies. But The Last of Us does not, however, but rather something else has happened, but we do not know what that is yet. Maybe some sort of natural disaster like in I Am Alive. Either way, I'm a huge fan of survival games, and this looks to be a survival at its best. Ammunition is scarce, melee combat is brutal, and it has the intensity of you just trying to survive. Not to mention you will have the attention to detail that we all know and love from Naughty Dog. Joel and Elliot make quite a pair, and I expect a great storyline from this one, and I am personally really excited. The Last of Us does not release until early 13, but when it does, however, it is only on PS3. And now it is time for GameInformer's #1 game from E3. Drum roll, please. Rising to the #1 spot is The Assassins in Assassin's Creed 3. I was really excited when I saw this because I'm a huge AC fan. This game I think is going to blow many of us away when it releases in October. Assassin's Creed 3 is improving or reinventing everything from combat to navigation. Our new protagonist, Connor, is much more mobile and offensive. He is also able to navigate through trees, which I personally think will be really cool. Assassin's Creed 3 will have a wooded area known as the Frontier, which alone is 1.5 times the size of Rome. Add in naval gameplay where you can take to the high seas and even board other ships in battle, and you have a big package. Not to mention Desmond's portion of the game and a multiplayer experience. There is so much to say about Assassin's Creed 3 that I cannot possibly fit it in this video. So if you would like me to do information for this game, or for any other game, let me know in the comments section, or send me a personal message. AC3 releases October 30th for PS3, Xbox 360, PC, and the Wii U. So that includes the list, but don't worry, other great games were later in the list, such as Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Resident Evil 6, Medal of Honor Warfighter, Far Cry 3, and Transformers Fall of Cybertron, just to name a few. I'm sorry that much of this info isn't new anymore, but I hope you got something out of it and enjoyed it. Again, if you would like me to do a video for a specific game, let me know, and I would be happy to do that for you. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what game you are most excited for. It can be on this list, or it doesn't have to even be on this list. While you're at that, also hit that like button. That helps me out a lot. And if you want to, you can click that ad at the beginning of the video, and that would also be helpful. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.